has America turned? Because obviously I know you were living in California until quite recently.
Yeah, I mean, I think just like people are generally like sick of them. I think, it's going to get to a point where they're going to have to probably move country. I'm not sure where they would move to next, but you'd sort of get that feeling, right? That whoever is telling them what to do, it's not really going according to plan.
No, so is there a way for them to turn it around?
I don't see like Harry getting back on track. Um, Being married, I don't think he'll ever be accepted back to the UK while he is married. And as far as Meghan, I know it was Thomas Markle, so it was his birthday just now, and obviously
Today,
that's
yeah.
so sad that they haven't made up yet. It's it just shows a lot of like her character, I think. So the photos, it looked like they were very, very close when she was younger. And same what she did with her dog. She met Harry and she just cast her whole life away that she had previously, including all her animals, right, that she abandoned.
Yeah, the dog just didn't come.
And for me,
The
that's a
dog was a
real
pain.
thing. You can really tell someone's personality in that. Like, she's rescued this dog and then just like leaves the dog for Harry. Like,
So
it's not
wrong.
really
I know. I
the
remember speaking to her staff at the time who were like, we can't believe this. She's
way.
not bringing one of the dogs. It's bizarre. It's like she chose her favourite dog to come and the other one wasn't able to.
Yeah.
I do want to wish Thomas Markle a happy 80th birthday, though. He is a really amazing man. And the thing is, Victoria, he always got such a bad rap in the media because of the way that Meghan Markle painted him as some sort of
Right.
loser. It's like
Yeah.
he is an Emmy Award winner. He gave her an incredible life. He was a top sound technician on General Hospital, which is one of the biggest soap
shows,
operas
yeah.
in America. And he got her start in acting by getting her in. It's often who you know in Hollywood.
And
So
she would have met everybody through him, basically.
yeah,
Like any
100%.
job that she had starting out was because of her father.
100%. I just want to pick up on something you said, though, because look, I know you're in these circles, right? And you hang out with a lot of these people and a lot of the friends, the close friends of William and Harry. And I was actually at lunch the other day with a former close friend of Harry. And she said to me that all of the friends now have dropped him in the UK. They all think the way that he has acted by not inviting them to places, by turning on them, has been so bad. And I was really shocked by that because I thought, my goodness. And actually, a lot of them are friends with William. They have
Well, they
basically
probably had
chosen
to
William over Harry.
decide. Mm.
Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably quite a lot of them had to pick a side, and probably because of the behavior, you know, of Harry and Meghan, as far as like the book and all of those revelations about the family, they are quite close in age, so they would have had a lot of the same friends, and those friends have most likely picked William because Harry's not around. He doesn't make an effort with them. He doesn't, any weddings or big events of supposed close friends and family friends. He hasn't made an effort, and he's sort of living in this bubble, which is this Hollywood bubble, which I know a lot of because I live there. And you're very like insulated over there, and you kind of forget about the world outside that little bubble.
You get the Californian
it's sad.
brain.
It's sad. It just feels like he still hasn't woken up from this sort of daydream that he's in. And you would have thought he would by now.
But what you're saying is that the friends will not accept him while he's still married. But if he were to divorce, they would.
Yeah, I think most people have a problem with her because, she's the one that took him away, right, from his previous life. And his friends will see that as, while she is there, things are not going to change for the better. And I don't think she even allows him to see his friends because she thinks he'll be led astray and he'll get back into his old life.
Yes.
And maybe then wake up and realize, what am I doing with Meghan?
That's what I'd heard too. That she's very controlling about the people who he hangs
always
out
has the
with.
mother around. It's like Harry has been taken over, like, by her, but then she's got the mother always around keeping an eye on things. And he obviously doesn't have that. He doesn't have the family members like she does.
Prince Harry's inner circle is vanishing, and Lady Victoria Hervey says Meghan's the one holding the scissors. In an eyebrow-raising interview, the aristocrat claims Harry no longer sees most of the friends who knew him before the wedding. If that's true, it isn't just clingy behavior, it's textbook isolation. So tonight, we're breaking down exactly what Lady Victoria alleges, why it matters, and whether Harry even realizes what or who he's lost.
The crazy thing to me, and this is when I realised that it was all over, was, Tom Inskip, Skippy, who's one of his best mates and also one of William's mates. He wasn't even invited to the main sort of reception of the wedding. And this was the guy that would often lead Harry astray.
So Meghan probably banned him, right?
Oh, yeah. Without any doubt, because she didn't want those sorts of party animal friends around her. But the point is, your old friends matter. I mean, the most important people in my life over the past year, like when you're going through tough times, are the friends who I was friends with when I was at school, because they're the people who really know me. And Harry's lost all of them, Lady V.
I know, it's bad. Really sad for him.
There's all of this theory going around that Harry and Meghan are for some reason trying to hide Archie and Lilibet away from the world. What's your take on that? Do you sign up to any of these growing theories around whether Meghan actually gave birth to them?
I was going to mention that. So she did give birth apparently to the first one, but the second one, Archie. The reason why there was a home birth is because it was a surrogate. Now, I don't know if this is true or speculation, but I have read it from anonymous people, and I've heard that for a couple of years, so I'm not sure if it's true or not, but there is talk that Lilibet was a surrogate.
And do you think it's fair enough?
Apparently, if you were born as through a surrogacy, you cannot be heir to a throne.
Correct.
Do you know that?
Correct.
Yeah. And with Archie, I'm not sure. There was even talk with Archie that she was wearing the fake belly. There was a photo I remember a while ago where it looked like the belly slipped. Do you remember that? So quite possibly, and this would be like a major thing, obviously.
Well, it's just the mystery around it that I don't understand, because remember, I was covering very closely the birth of Archie, and it was absolutely bizarre because they didn't use the hospital where usual royal births happen. And then, do you remember they announced that she had gone into labour, when in fact we learned later that the baby had already been born. So right from the start, there was a whole load of weirdness, and the pregnancy was shrouded in mystery. Now, Lady Colin Campbell is very strong on this, because she says she's asked Buckingham Palace just to clarify and just to say for sure that the babies were born via Meghan's body, and then there's no issue, and then we can all move on.
I don't think Buckingham Palace would know necessarily.
I don't think that. No.
I don't think they would know. I think it was kept as such a secret, if it is true. That I don't even think that Buckingham Palace would be told.
And presumably the reason to go to such great lengths, and obviously we're being clear, this is a theory, we don't know for sure, it's just something that has been discussed, but the reason behind it would be presumably to keep the children in the line of succession.
Right, of course. Which, to be honest, they shouldn't be in the line of succession anyway, because they're being brought up in America. There's sort of no real connection. You can't have kids with American accents suddenly, being in the line of successions. I don't see how that actually works.
Well, that's what I think is bizarre. But I've done loads of research on this, Lady V, and people will find this insane. But there is a genuine concern within the royal family that Harry and Meghan still believe that there is the possibility of them one day taking the throne. And so presumably that's the reason why they want to keep Archie and Lilibet in the line of succession.
Lady Victoria's words were blunt. Harry's old friends? They're gone. Meghan controls exactly who he sees. According to her, invites to pub nights, rugby matches, and army reunions stopped the moment anyone questioned the speed of the Sussex romance. Names like Tom Inskip, Harry's Eton buddy who once warned him to slow down, reportedly disappeared from his phone. Whether the Sussexes call it tight scheduling or protecting privacy, Hervey calls it straight-up social exile. When a partner's circle shrinks, dependency grows. Royal watchers have noticed the change. Harry, once the loose, quick laugh prince, now looks tense, rehearsed and fiercely defensive of a single narrative, their narrative. Cut off childhood friends, military mates, even family, and you remove the only people who can say, "Mate, you're losing yourself." Psychologists warn that's how power imbalances thrive. One voice gets louder while every other voice goes silent. Hervey's claims line up with years of whispers from palace corridors. Remember the vanished WhatsApp groups? The stag-do crew that never gets callbacks? The Invictus pals who say they need media clearance before contacting Harry? Even at public events, cameras catch Meghan glued to Harry's side, fielding conversations, steering him toward approved interactions. Meanwhile, longtime confidants tell the press they haven't heard from him in months. Coincidence or controlled demolition of his past?
Right, so I think to just cut that whole thing on the head right now, I think the kids should be taken out of the line of succession immediately.
But the problem is that would require an act of parliament, and King Charles would have to ask for that. I mean, genuinely, I think it's possible that William will. I mean, his anger, you know this, but his anger over all of this is like volcanic, whereas Charles wants to do the whole let's try and sort this out thing.
Right. But yeah, that's been a sort of a question I've had for a while. Is I think it would be actually safer for William's children as well for them to be taken out of the line of succession. You know, the royal family have had a lot of issues recently, and you know, it does make one think like, what is going on in that family? Why are they all sick? What is going on? Right? Is this all happening for another reason? Just a couple of updates on the, the Epstein story.
Oh, yes. What's the latest?
So it is, so some of the things I can discuss. A lot is going on with him right now that we're going to probably get him on here soon. But the FBI have properly disclosed that they never actually received a hard copy of the photo.
So this is, to clarify, so this is the photo with Ghislaine, Andrew and Virginia Giuffre.
Yeah, so David Boyes' side always tried to say that there was a hard copy. The FBI are going to publicly come out and say this soon, because they have an ongoing lawsuit right now with Maria Farmer and some of the others. But there was never a hard copy of the photo.
Wow.
Never received. The initial photo was apparently emailed to them from Virginia's lawyers. They never had a hard copy. I wish we did know this, but I wish they could have said this, many years ago. It would have been very helpful.
Well, it would have changed the narrative.
There's going to be a lot of news on that side. About what's going on with that and Virginia. So,
well, you know where to come first to break this news.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the girls, to be honest, like when Trump, he's going to win this election, they are going to be running scared because they know that obviously they tried to accuse him of things. He's going to go after them and he's going to really open this case up, I think, properly. And be able to get loads of indictments out. And I think the girls should be quite scared.
We are in for an absolutely fascinating few months. And I know that Prince Andrew is still hopeful that the public will turn and that he will be able to clear his name.
Well, from the stuff we have, he can absolutely clear his name. I can't say what the evidence is right now, but it's like you can't deny that it is what it is, right? But I think having Trump in office, he will clear out, the the bad guys in the FBI and CIA and stuff, and get good people in those positions that'll actually like make a difference and go after the right people.
Inside Buckingham Palace, the optics are brutal. When Meghan calls the royals unsupportive, but then blocks Harry's lifelines, senior aides see it as hypocrisy and leverage. The more isolated Harry becomes, the less influence he has if he ever tries to mend fences. At the same time, public sympathy slips. Polls show Brits now trust Zara and Mike Tyndall, low-drama royals, far more than the Sussexes. Isolation isn't just sad, it's turning into a PR sinkhole. So, controlling love story or overblown tabloid tale? If Lady Victoria Hervey is even half right, Harry's world just keeps getting smaller, and that should worry everyone who once rooted for his freedom. Drop your take in the comments. Is this genuine safeguarding or strategic isolation? Smash that like button for more no-fluff royal analysis, hit subscribe, and I'll keep cutting through the palace spin, one bombshell at a time. And that's a wrap! If today's scoop had you raising an eyebrow or two, tap that like button to let us know. Got a hot take or inside tea? Drop it in the comments so the whole crew can weigh in. Not part of the fam yet? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell because the next twist is always one upload away.